boy, oh boy, oh boy. Welcome to the upper room. What's up, you guys? Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me turn up the volume in the background. How's it, everyone? Welcome to the upper room. I see. Wow. Okay, there's there's seven of you waiting. Oh, everyone is here. Everyone is here. Holy crap. Okay. Guys, welcome to the upper room, the late show. As you can tell, as you can see in the title, we're going to talk about space today. We are going to talk about, are we going to the stars? Now, I know you might have seen the description. It sounds nerdy already. I get it. But hang in there. There's a twist to this. There's some questions that I do want to ask, and I've called on my good buddy Matt D to come through. We're going to have a talk about this. We're going to try to hit as many topics as we can. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I chat to you guys in the chat, let me bring up Matty D, Mr. Matty D. Let me set up a proper introduction for him. Let's see what we can do here. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the upper room here, Matt
You're on
D.
fucking ice, my pedigree chums.
Hang
And
on
I
a
shall be
second.
under it when it breaks.
I don't know what that was, but what's up? How's it going,
Hey
brother?
man, I'm good. How you doing, bro?
I'm
How's
good.
life, eh?
You know, I survived the Easter weekend, which was nice and quiet. But yeah, otherwise doing good. How are you?
All chilled, man. All chilled. Yeah,
Yep.
enjoying the Pretoria weather. It's been raining a bit, drizzling a bit, and nice bit of cooling off from the. I don't know about you, but April was warmer than
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah, of course over here in Cape Town, the heat wave for those first two weeks of April. Yeah, those chopped me off. It's terrible. Actually, coincidentally, hold that thought. I did prepare my little scroller. You know, I usually have that little weather scroller. That's accurate
Okay.
weather. It's down to 8:30 this evening. So
And it's
Cape Town.
27 degrees. It feels like 27 degrees. That's insane, bro.
Yeah. You can wear a vest outside right now. It feels like 27. Yeah, that's pretty much true. Yeah.
Damn, dude.
So yeah, it is, man. So yeah, dude. So today we're going to talk about space. Before we begin, let's do the whole welcome. You know, the whole streamer thing. See who's in the comments. And welcome everybody. What's up, Shane? Oh, the Canadian is here. What's up, Shane? Cool. I'm glad you're here. I got questions for you. All right. We've got your good buddy 1044. You know him.
Yes, what legend.
Our bot is there too. Welcome, Chief. Thank you very much. We good on sound, right? I know last week my sound was horrible. Oh, there you go. My sound was horrible last week. I don't think my mic was plugged in. So yeah, we got Ghost Stomper. Welcome. He says doing next Steam sale. He's talking about Kerbal Space Program. Oh, now that's a super space nerd. Kerbal Space Program. All right, we're gonna get to that. I know Joey is in the building over here. Welcome, Joey. Yeah, sweet. Couple of sound is good. Thank you, Shane. Yeah. Okay, cool. Everyone, Nomad is here. Thank you. Sound is good. It was cut last week, but it's good. Okay. So, yeah, fantastic. Okay, I think we're good on the welcomes. Let me jump straight into this. So the reason I wanted to talk about space stuff today was, you know, obviously I'm a space nerd. Kind of been a space nerd all my entire sort of grown life. I've always been interested in, you know, all of that kind of thing. Let me do a wide on the comments here. I want people to participate. Yeah, and so this week, something huge, at least to me, was happening, right? Mankind, is after 54 years traveling to the moon. All right. And what has struck me, to me, being a space nerd, I think that's phenomenal. The fact that we can watch this in real time. I mean, I could walk outside, not here in the middle of Cape Town, but if I go to a clear sky, I would have been able to see that little thing fly towards the moon, right?
Oh wow.
And yeah, and with a telescope or whatever. But you could actually literally watch little humans go to the dark side of the moon and come back. And I'm watching the news. There is some announcement about it, but I'm not noticing like everyone going, hey, this is some pretty cool shit that we're doing here. We haven't done this in 54 years. Can we take a break between killing each other? So this is the thing. So this is where I need you over here. You and I spoke before, and you're not too much absorbed into the space stuff, which is fair. So I'm hoping that you maybe reel me in if I'm getting a bit too excited about
Okay.
what's going on right now, literally right now. Go. What do you
I
say?
got you, bro. I got you, man. Yeah, yeah. The space. Yeah, I think it is cool. I think it's like for me, space is like space people is like history people,
Right.
like boring. But
That's fair.
yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
yeah. So, but yeah, it's cool if you're into that. I think it depends on what we get out of it. So
Mhm.
if it is, well, I've heard rumors that we're going to be setting up mines on the moon, which is pretty
Right, right,
interesting.
right, right, right.
So yeah, and I think it's pretty cool. I heard that astronauts actually passed out for 45 minutes while going around the moon. I'm not sure that actually happened.
Oh, no, no, no. I think that for 45 minutes they're in radio silence because they are exactly on the opposite side of the moon. You can't transmit. So that's 45. They don't pass out.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
okay.
that would have been a red flag. So as a point of correction, but go ahead.
Okay, I think it's cool. I think it's exciting for what we get out of it, the new inventions that come out of it. For
Right.
example, actually, I googled. I used Gemini to find out what actually came out of
Mm.
the trip in the 1960s,
Right,
and
right, right, right.
MRI machines scanning and you know
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, there was a list.
cordless.
You go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, man. Yeah, there's a
It's
you
micro. Let's
get.
list them all. Let's list them all.
uh,
I think it's just worthwhile sort of listing them all so we can and you guys in the comments, uh uh a one if you're a space nerd, a two if you're not, a three if you're indifferent. So let's. I want to gauge where's where and who's who. I know Ghost Stomp is a space nerd. He already knows DSN, that over all of this. He's quoting all of that. He's Kerbals. You're a proper nerd, right? Okay, cool, sweet, sweet. Go on, man. Sorry, I interrupted you. You were going for that list. Can we list it? Do you have it there with you?
Yeah, I've got six things on my list. Okay, so I got
Right.
memory foam, uh,
Ah.
cordless power tools,
Mm.
scratch
Mm-hmm.
resistant lenses,
Oh, that's
water.
Velcro or scratch resistant lenses, or the that stuff you put on pans for non-stick. What is that?
No, this is
Teflon
more of like glasses or
or
uh,
photography.
yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
this was because to protect the astronauts' eyes
Ah.
because of the
Yeah.
lunar regolith or moon dust.
Those are
Uh,
okay.
yeah, water purification systems,
Right.
uh,
Yeah.
space blankets, and digital image processing like MRIs, CT
MRI
scans,
machines, CAT scans.
CAT
Yes.
scans. Yeah.
So
So
it's kind of important. So how's it, Kevin? By the way, Kevin is here, and he's the only. Welcome, Kevin. What's up, Big K? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And also I know, is Dylon in here? because I have to do it. Dial on, dial on, dial on, because I spit hot fire. I bring up Kevin because he's the only one that says he punched in three. I said one if you're a space nerd. Most people are space nerds. Ghost of a space nerd. But then I said two if you're not, three if you're indifferent. I actually want to propose a couple of questions to people who are more indifferent. I'm not going to try to push the whole you must be a space nerd, but I'm actually kind of curious why you are the way you are and you're not a space nerd. You mentioned water purification, hey Matt. I'm thinking
Yeah,
that's
man.
quite an important invention, but it's interesting that we had to get out into space and go to the moon to figure out how to drink our own piss. Isn't that interesting? It's just a philosophical observation. You know what I mean? It took us how many freaking thousand years to figure out how to confidently do it. Anyway.
Yeah, dude. I think if there's a will, there's a way, dude. Because I don't think you want to be stuck on the moon having to re-drink your piss the whole time.
True.
Something miserable, man.
True. That's a conversation I want to have with you later on, because I want to talk about what it means for now that we're going to the moon, we're looking at going to Mars. What does a interplanetary species mean, like, in your opinion, for in regards to culture and whatnot? Let's get into a bit of detail here. For the sake of Kevin and the non-committed, I want to show a short video, just a trailer, kind of introduction of the Upper Room, just showing about what's going on with the current Artemis program. It'll help me speed up and show and basically show everyone what's actually happening, right? So I got a little clip here. Oh, I found a little fan-made trailer, because there's no NASA in a world. There's nothing like that. And all of the videos are like 10 minutes long. I don't have time for that. So let's start with the trailer. Where is it? Okay, here we go. I'm not going to show the whole thing, but here it is. Chocolate Thunder, yeah? I see what Joey's saying over there. Here we go. By the way, is the background music in the way? Here we go. Launching trailer, is this? So let me know in the comments if how's my background music. Here we go. Okay. Let me share this. Let me put you up on top. There. Oh, actually, let's do this rather. Perfect. I'm going to just play this.
Own home was.
Now we can pause this whenever you have you got questions. We can interrupt this.
Picture, the famous picture that was taken on Apollo 8, and the fact that it was a human behind the lens that made that picture.
Okay, I'm going to pause there. The woman speaking currently is Christina Koch, right? Koch. She's the first female astronaut to head to the moon. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna have a lot of these, because in 2026, our astronaut had to be diverse. We couldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. Were there at least a couple of pans up there to keep her busy?
Yeah, we got
oh yeah, how we all thought of our own.
We got live videos,
so amazing to me.
Here you go. Let me put you rather on top here so we can get. We're gonna ask you a question. Four
astronauts journey further from the Earth than any human in 50 years, to a destination every one of us can see in the night sky. It's the result of a decade of work by thousands of engineers from every state in America and nations around the world. And like Apollo 8 before it, Artemis II will pave the way for our next step.
Pushing ourselves to explore is just core.
Boom, all right. Okay, let me go back. Let me go back.
Let me
not go back
to learn.
Whoever's speaking right now, that's Victor Glover, the first black human being to go to the moon. All right, 2026. We're banging on all cylinders so far. What do you think so far?
Pretty cool, man. It's very interesting.
All right.
about
Yep.
where
All right.
Yeah,
we
dude.
are, why we are, understanding the big questions about our place in the universe. The exploration we're doing is the first few steps on the path of getting humans to Mars.
Yeah. So the long game here is Mars.
When I look at the Artemis II crew, they want to go do this mission. They are keenly driven.
There you go. Hey. No, by the way, to NASA's credit, this is a fan-made trailer. So this is not a NASA. Whoa, boom, 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 with that cheesy music in the background.
It is really well done. I must say, it's a really good video.
It's high production, right?
Yeah,
High
dude.
production. Okay. Oh, by the
The
way,
Artemis campaign and missions have set such an ambitious goal for humanity. Not just one nation is inspired and moved by this, but nations from around the globe are coming together.
that's another topic I want to bring up with you guys.
Artemis II is a huge mission, but I hope we will look back and realize that this was one tiny step in humans on Mars and a sustained presence on our moon.
This winter,
This winter.
after 50 years, we return to the moon. Artemis II, launching in winter 2026.
All right. So that's the marketing.
Thanks for watching the cinematic trailer for the Artemis II launch. We are so excited.
Well done. Look, I'll leave the link below, you guys, if you want to follow up there. But yeah. So what are your, what are you giving so far? What do you think about that?
I think it's cool. I don't really care about the diversity stuff. Because if they sound like they want to go and if they're good enough, I got no issues. And
Right.
yeah, so that's cool. I don't really care. Yeah,
That's a thing. Me neither. As like an original space nerd, I never really cared about whatever its ethnicity or gender was doing the coolest thing that mankind could do. As long as there were a human doing it, I would be even impressed if there was a Kopachin doing it. But that hasn't happened yet. So to me, it was just the involvement in the act, because that, just being an astronaut, said to me that this freaking person had the discipline, the smarts, the physical ability, you already know there are certain standards that have been put here that,
yeah.
despite the skin color or the gender, they've been met. They are the badass. They get to get out of space. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I totally agree, man. Yeah. So
I often, and this is kind of why I also kind of nerd out on this stuff. But my one criticism about NASA and how they've put together this crew is a lot of the marketing I see, they're pushing the whole identity part of it, and almost negating how actually badass all of these individuals are. And they're so badass. They even guess what? They even have a Canadian in the crew. Can you believe that stuff, bro?
a Canadian.
A Canadian, a goddamn Canadian is in this thing. I don't know.
A gay North Dakotan.
I
Because
think
that's
so.
what a Canadian is. A gay North Dakotan.
I didn't know that. I see Shane in the comments going, oh, hell yeah. That's how badass this new crew is. Hey Shane, what do you have to say about that? Let us know in the comments. I'll tell you what. I'll let the rest of you join up later. I want to chat with Matt a little bit more here. So Matt, someone said they wanted to ask a question. 1044. What is your question? Why don't you go ahead and ask what the question is? We've just watched the trailer. And then 104, Ghost Stomper said he broke the toilet. This is with regards to the Glover, the black astronaut, the black astronaut. Can we call him the black astronaut? You heard it here first at the upper room. The black astronaut. I'm bookmarking that. If I do say so myself, god damn it. Well, why am I tapping myself on the back? So yeah. So we've spoken about the positives, so you're not Matt, you're not too much of a space nerd, but
yeah,
you do appreciate what it takes. I'm thinking this is from your engineering side, because what kind of a project nightmare it is to send booty cheeks to the dark side of the moon. Logistics and all of that.
Yeah, man, I'm just glad there aren't any Transformers out there in the way, like thinking, what is this strange capsule flying through our atmosphere? So, yeah, dude, I think it's cool, man. If the marketing and what comes out of it is just about diversity, then this was actually a waste of time, because that isn't the whole point of it. This is to get one step forward to go to Mars, then let that be the main focus.
Right.
Because this has a great potential to help unearth brand new inventions that will make life 1,000 times easier than what it is. So, yeah, man, I think they have to go for it. Hopefully they find new cool stuff, and then life's awesome again.
Oh, you know what? Okay, well, you're talking about Mars, mining on Mars, or talking about Artemis, because the next mission is to land on the moon, 2 individuals back on the moon. This is in 2 years, hopefully. I don't think they're going to make it, but then from there, once they've figured out that tech, the next big one is to go Mars-wise. This is to 2030 or something like that. Yeah,
I think if they wanted to, they would have gone to Mars on this mission, because they have the tech, and they've got Starlink internet. You've got satellite internet. So the astronauts, if there's some type of technical issue, they can always stay in contact with the guys at home, and then together they can figure out a way to solve an issue that comes up. It's not like what it was in 1960s when this stuff didn't exist.
None of it. Almost. I don't want to speculate too much, but I'm thinking a lot of tech didn't exist, but only a small percentage of the previous tech is being used. I don't know. Let me not say too much about that. I am not too learned on that. Maybe Ghost Stomper can help us with that, since he plays rocket building games. Can you imagine that? So Kevin is finally asked his question. Is this your question, Kevin? June 14th, 1949, a rhesus monkey named Albert II became the first mammal to reach outer space. Yeah, there are some grainy videos of this monkey actually, them strapping a freaking helmet on him, putting him inside a capsule, and then there's a video of him being sent to space. I think he was an inspiration for a comic book character.
Yeah, I saw a cartoon about a monkey going to space.
Yeah. I think it's based on the rhesus monkey. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Someone has to correct me on that. Okay, I don't know if that was your question, Kev. Shane is asking, why would they risk having it manned? That's what I don't get. Well, I don't know. I don't think it's fully manned. I mean, with all of the decisions a machine can do with this computer, all you need from a crew is to just watch, observe, and then make minor adjustments. But I think it's largely automated. I don't think we could ever go back to the moon unmanned. I think a lot of it is largely automated. What do you reckon, from an engineering standpoint?
Yeah, dude. I think there must be some kind of calculation that you have to keep in watch. I think you have to keep in mind, even though in space there's no gravity, so there's no like wind pushing you left or right, up or down. When you exit the atmosphere, there's probably a pull some direction or so, unless you breaking through that parameter where it doesn't affect you. So and you never know what's floating up there. There could be meteors coming out of nowhere.
Right. So you need your quick acting emergency systems that will act faster than the human can react to. All that. Man.
Yeah, radars. Your radars or sensors, all those kinds of stuff.
Or those pesky gray aliens who keep only appearing in grainy footage, but never when we got a 4K camera out in space.
Yeah,
they never freaking show up. I don't know. Maybe Joey can explain that.
Joey.
Yeah. So I want to get to, look, we can go on and on about the technical stuff. That's the boring nerd stuff. I want to get into the philosophical implications here, because the technical stuff is cool. Anyone can Google that. But there are philosophical implications here. In the video, you saw that this whole Artemis program involved a lot of nations. You know, we've got Canada involved. Canada is involved.
Canada.
Oh. And then, we got other people involved too. But I'm wondering, did you know that South Africa is kind of partially involved in this also? I'll get to your comment, Gostompa. It's kind of partially involved in this, yeah.
I did not know that. I do know there is some dude who was successful in the airspace industry. But I'm not sure what that guy's name was. I think it's not like Zuckerberg or something like that. It's like
Shuttleworth.
Shuttleworth.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me of him, because as a space nerd, that's a bit of an embarrassing thing. One of the first things that Mark Shuttleworth did after he sold his company for like $1 billion, that SSL certificate company, Thought, right, is that he bought a ticket to space. And then the next billionaire that came out of South Africa, guess what he did? He bought a space program so that he could go take people to space. I'm gathering a trend here from motherfuckers who grew up in Gauteng. What is this? As soon as we become billionaires, you wanna build rockets and get the fuck off Earth. Is there something to it? You live around those parts. What's in the water over there? What's in the freaking water over there?
I'm actually wondering that myself now, man. Yeah, you don't just magically get Brockpond there. Brockpond doesn't magically appear like it does. Something's going on.
Hold that thought, because I want to talk about civilizations there. This is halfway mark. I want to talk about, we get into the So where was I going to go here? That was a good segue there. I was talking about South Africa being involved, and one of the reasons I like talking about this nerdy stuff and this pop culture geek stuff, because to me it's very closely related to our daily wants, needs, and it's tied into, if I want to nerd out on space stuff, I want to support the space program, I might need some surplus cash to indulge in my hobbies. Maybe if I have children, introduce them to, I want to take them to the space park. I need to be able to do that. But if I can barely pay the damn bills, I'm out of that running, right? And so I think one of the reasons I bring this up is because a lot of it is tied into our human desire to go out and explore, and a lot of us can't, but we can participate in a smidgen just by appreciating, say, the space program. We can do that more at scale now, and it also, as you said, it inspires other things.
Yeah.
If we do the hard stuff, then a lot of problems get solved, problems that we can use in other ways. Anyway, go ahead.
dude.
I tend to bloviate, but you go ahead. You're here to
Yeah, dude.
reel me back.
Yeah, bro. I think it's cool. I do think just like the cell phones was like a high value and expensive product in the 1950s, 1960s. I think in our lifetimes, maybe space travel could become affordable and cost like as much as a plane ticket. And I think Ghost Stomper, I think he said like we could maybe change the way we do airplane travel by reworking the rockets to transform a 12-hour flight. I think he said like in the chat, I think he said 15 minutes. Imagine that, dude. Imagine traveling from RSA to the US in 15 minutes instead of 17 hours.
Yeah, that's a bit of a game changer. I could catch a play on Broadway and make it back for the Bri on Sunday.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man.
And I don't catch plays on Broadways, by the way, so let's not get it twisted. I'll go to the freaking rodeo and yeah. But anyway, but that's an option you'd have, but you without the technology, obviously you can't. So I want to dovetail just to finish off on this one. What do you say to someone who says, "Hey, man, we've got problems at home. Why are we building rockets to do?" Now you've made up over and above what you've mentioned. We've got problems at home. We can solve rocket issues here without having to go to the dark side of Footsack.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, apparently there's gas fields along the west coast or by Namibia. So all we need is to have our government officials pull their hairs out their asses and start putting things in place to make it affordable so that we can drill baby drill.
Right. Oh. I know that was a shot fired across the bow. Hang on, let me do something. Yeah, I think this is well worth the moment for this. It's past.
I know someone in the chat just had heart palpitations. I don't know why. I don't know.
Well, let's be nice. Yeah. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
You're not wrong at all, sir. All right, so you've asked, and yeah, thank you for that. Let's get into the comments real quick. I don't want to ignore the people out here. You guys are buzzing over here. Welcome, Kashimira. I saw you in there. Welcome. Thanks for coming through. And okay, so the questions. If you catch any questions, please read out, man. The Oaks over here are chopping it up. Okay, Shane says we could solve so many earthly problems first, but I agree, space travel is important. True. I think we could solve the issue of having Canadians in our space programs willy-nilly.
Yeah.
How about we start there?
Yeah. Make sure we do the basics right. Yeah.
I've got trust issues, man. How do the Tundra guys? How do they do that? Shane, we got to talk. I've sent an invite link to the comments. If you want to defend your country, please step forth. Okay, so and then Renee asks, how much are we going to pay for that in rocket fuel? Oh, okay.
Oh, it depends how much do you drill. How much do you drill? Yeah.
Oh, there you go. The more you drill, the more you have, the cheaper you have to pay. Oh, Drill, baby, drill. That's the second one I've heard today. And Joey says Broadway plays are super freaking cool. So are rodeos. You're right. But if I were to choose a Broadway play versus a rodeo, I'm going to NASCAR. All right. That's my opinion. And who else is here? I left a link in the invite if you want to come chat, pull in.
We got Mork in the chat. Mork
Yeah,
is
you
here.
said Mork? Did I just see Mork in the chat? Oh, welcome, Mork. How's it? We space nerding out. And by the way, Matt, I don't know if you heard. Mork and Darth were talking about space. They were talking about Artemis and whether I think this was on Saturday. Was it Saturday or Monday? And then Mork is asking Darth whether Darth believes we landed on the moon. Now I gotta ask you, sir. Let me ask you, sir. No. Before you answer, let me ask you, what are your thoughts on whether we indeed landed on the moon in 1970 on Apollo 13? What do you think? What are your thoughts?
1969, but I'll give you that.
I'll give or take a month.
I think everything's possible. I think what Sean said, if I remember, he said that they went to the moon, but they did the whole staging of the phone call afterwards. That's what I took
see.
From his.
I see.
So
that would make sense.
Yeah, because and then you also have my personal opinion. I think is I think they had the tech to get there. My understanding is that the military. This is rumors, so maybe true, maybe not. That the military has weapons and tech 50 years in advance than what the public has. So 1969 tech they had back then was equivalent to what we had in 2019. So that's
a straight show. 2019,
conspiracy, bro. Conspiracy, bro.
Come on, come on. At least a conspiracy has to have some sort of internal cohesive logic. 2019 was a badass year. Who did we have? The who's that Friday girl? Rebecca Black. I mean, that's badass. I mean, the technology it took to get us there.
Bro, that was
I don't know.
2008, not 2019.
There you go. Give or take a year.
A decade.
But I see your point. Though. But I do digress. I see your point. Continue. I see your point.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm thinking it is real. So I do think, but also we don't know how communications was back then. We don't know how the satellites worked. We don't know if there was friction in space. We don't know how. It'll be very interesting to see what comes out of it.
Yeah, that's true. I'm actually very interested to see what comes out of it. But the crazy thing about this current age of the space program is that we can actually find out in near real time what's coming out of this. Because what I'm seeing from SpaceX, which is now the leader, is that they're kind of open sourcing everything. At least a lot of key inventions for others to be able to do this. And so we can actually Google what's coming out of it. But let's not do that now.
Yeah.
I want to split this into it. Go ahead.
I don't know if you know this, but Testa is also open source. So you can also use Testa, design. Okay, you can't copy paste directly. I'm pretty sure you have to make some moderations, but because Elon has this goal of being completely green, of having every vehicle being battery powered. His purpose has allowed him to have these inventions open source so that everyone can at least contribute.
Would you consider that as one of those positive of having to send butt cheeks on the dark side of the moon?
Yeah, dude. SpaceX. Did you see the
Before,
rocket?
hold that thought. Sorry, my man. I have to interrupt you. Hold that thought. I got somebody in the waiting room who's been waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Ghost Stomper. Let me give you an intro, big dog. 1, 2, 3.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Yeah. Do me a favor, please.
Hey,
Hello,
Ghost,
hello,
how you
hello.
doing, man?
How's it, guys?
What's up,
You guys
dude?
can hear me, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect.
perfect.
Sounding great.
Cool, yeah. No, because the
Welcome,
studio thing,
man.
like the level wasn't showing that the microphone was working. So glad you guys can hear me.
Yeah, no, this
it's weird.
this beta
Yeah.
platform. Yeah. So, dude, thank you for coming through. I see you were spitting facts in the comments. You're a proper space nerd because I don't even play Kerbal. When did you realize space was dope? Give us a synopsis.
Jeez, for me, I think I fell in love with it from Apollo 13 days. So,
The movie,
yeah, because that was like based on true events, right? So that was one of the first things that, as a lighty, you come to realize there's more than just like planes and ships and submarines. There's actually things that like went out there, and that just blew my mind back then. And so, like, you grow up, you look into it, you know. I certainly lost my love for space, like in my teens and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was really coming across content creators playing Kerbal Space Program that I decided to get it myself. And I mean, this was a good like 15 or so years ago. It was like when it was first released, and it actually like it broke my brain, because you think you understand physics, and then you try and do rocket science, and the game, the way that it teaches you as you go along. So it was quite something. And then to find out that what they had to do back in the 60s, you know, they didn't have the computers that we have today. So they did the numbers by
on
hand,
paper.
You know, like they literally did it on paper. Yeah. There was another movie as well with Kevin Costner, something about like the human calculators. I can't remember. It was a bunch of ladies.
Oh yes, Netflix film where I think Viola Davis was in it.
Yes. Really good movie. Can't remember the name, but
I remember that one. I think it was called The Sisters
definitely
Save
watch
Space.
it. I know one of the scenes is like her having to walk 45 minutes to the bathroom and back, because they also had like racial segregation back then and stuff like that.
But I remember that.
But yeah, awesome movie. And that's the thing, to have to plan so far in advance and get the math spot on. Otherwise, you never seen these people ever again.
And the stakes are high. It's like, okay, they all die, and national pride is on the line. You're talking about.
If you look at all the different space sort of like tragedies over the years, more focused on the Western stuff, it's never been a mission failure due to the planning. It's always been some sort of engineering or management oversight.
Right.
You know, where like, I know Challenger 86, it was because they launched and they shouldn't have. The O-rings failed, and they were told by the engineers, don't do it, and they did it anyway. And then the other one back in like 2003, when they burnt up coming back in, it's because like some foam had come off and hit it, and they didn't bother taking pictures because they were like, well, we can't fix it anyway.
It's it's crazy. It always comes down to middle management. They always fuck up everything. You know, it's god, those damn managers.
And then to really reignite everything, it has to be Musk, the first person to land a rocket after launching it, and then most recently catch it.
Right.
Like the goosebumps that I get even just thinking about them launching a 10-story building,
8-story building, or whatever. It's a building,
and then they catch it. Yeah, that's the thing. It's a building.
It's a building. Doesn't matter. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Love or hate Elon Musk. Isn't that pretty dope? Isn't that
I
pretty
think
dope?
it's
I'm gonna do
awesome.
it. That's an opening chat. Yeah. Okay, sweet.
And-
And I
It's
know,
pretty cool.
and I know I could do
Hidden
space
fi-
flight because if you had to see the size of my flat, I'm sure like some of the modules on the space station are bigger. So I'd be ideal.
Yeah, yeah. I think the name of the movie is Hidden Figures. Hidden Figures.
Okay.
Hidden
Hidden
Figures. Which
Figures, cool.
Hidden Figures. I see the alliteration: figures, numbers, hidden. Smart. I like the title. I should watch that.
Yeah, so
Mork,
that's why I
Mork
love
is dropping
space
bombs here. You know what? You're a proper space nerd. You're a proper space nerd. You fell in love with it, fell out of love with it, came back. So Mark, what are you talking
True
about here,
events.
bruv? At first you were saying true events in quotation marks.
Like Armageddon.
Great movie. Don't you knock Bruce Willis saved the space program and the Nakatomi Plaza. So, gentlemen, I think we've established we all have varying levels of love with this space program. I want to talk about this space program wants to go to Mars. I want to talk about what that means. Feasible, not feasible, because there's a whole bunch of iffiness about it, and this is all around time, the time span. I have my doubts about us actually going to Mars and landing on Mars within our lifetimes. Me, you, and look, I don't know how long Matt's gonna live, 150, but I don't think we're gonna be on Mars at least for another.
Yes
It's
and
tough to
no.
speculate. Yeah, go ahead. Where are you on that?
Really depends on the geopolitical state of the world and how urgent they feel the need to do it. And I mean, the space race is a great example. Like Kennedy said, we'll get there by the end of the decade, and they did.
Right.
And then they just didn't bother doing anything for 50 years.
Because there was no Soviet thing, would you say? Sorry, I interrupted you there.
Yeah. I mean, I do believe that America are trying to get a presence there over China. But that's my own personal belief as to why they all of a sudden want to go back. It makes sense from interplanetary travel to have some sort of a midway spot that you can refuel stuff that's outside of Earth's orbital influence. So you like go from Earth to the moon, refuel, and then from there you go off through to Mars. But like, why would they do this?
Here we go. I want to ask Matt this. You mentioned the first space program, we got all of this stuff. What is there to gain from outside of the technological stuff? What is there to gain to going to Mars after showing up on the moon? What do you reckon?
It's the aliens, bro. It's the aliens. We have to. I think it gives the Air Force, I think, a purpose, something to target. So just so that it's not a waste of money. Why the hell have a space force if you're not gonna do anything
in space, right?
Yeah, dude. It could be for figuring out what elements are out there that we can use down here.
Right.
It could be maybe build anti-meteor cannons or something like that.
Yeah, that was another thing I wanted to bring. Like, wouldn't that be a reason to prevent that what happened 60 million years ago that killed our cousins?
The Big Bang.
No, that meteor that wiped
continents.
out. Yeah, there you go.
We had like the one massive continent, and then it split up because of the meteor.
Yeah, we had that. We had those large chickens. The thing came, killed lots of them. Then we only left with the small chickens now.
That's sad, man.
So, yeah. So, sorry, I interrupted you there. But Shane says they discovered water in the southern pole, and this is kind of why we're going there. One of the motivations of us going there, because we could use that as a jump-off station to go to Mars. Is that what you mean? Once again, I'll bring back the point that I made before, is that we keep going to space and refining further ways to drink our own piss, which is interesting for our smart human species, right? I don't know. I'm just putting the point out there. I don't know what you think about that. Go Stomper. You don't have to say anything. I'll own that. But these are my thoughts. The large. Let's see what Mork has to say here. How much did Nutella pay for the product placement?
Who's got Nutella?
God damn, who's got Nutella?
We poor. We can't afford that shit.
Yeah, Nutella. I can't afford to spell it. What do you?
The only thing I've got showing, I know there's like a Doctor Strange bubble thingy, pop thingy there. There's a certificate there. There's the owl. No, it's not me. I don't know what Mork's talking about.
I don't know what I think he's hallucinating.
Yeah, what Shane and even Joey were saying. You know, when China sent their probes to the dark side and the poles, they picked up water, and so the science behind there is that there are sections on the pole where the craters and the shadows that they cast, they will never see sun, and therefore the water in those craters could be like thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of years old. Who knows? They won't know until they go and check it out. So that's one of the things that they want to go do.
That's a fascinating mystery, man. I'd dig to know what's underneath that ice, man. It's one of the things that excites me about space. I can't believe we're going back up there. Oh,
it's a dusty ball of
billions,
cheese,
right?
Trillions.
So, guys, let's sail this on into the philosophical realm here. I want to actually talk about. Let's fast forward through the tech stuff. We can talk about that all day. I want to talk about us being an interplanetary species, and the implications. Let's talk about something that a great island visitor once said. He said, Stephen Hawking. He said. He said humanity must become multiplanetary or go extinct. Do you guys agree with this? I know Elon Musk has espoused this. It's not a new idea, but what do you guys think? Must we become a multiplanetary species in order to survive as a species?
I'll let Maddie go first because my take's a bit different.
Yeah, all right, go for it, Maddie.
Okay, I don't know, dude. It depends. Who's in control of the government, I think. Personally, I don't think so. I think there's always a way to keep things as it is. For example, forestries. If we cut down 1 million trees in the Amazon, we should replace them. There's no point of cleaning out a section of a forest to plant a row of solar panels, but then you don't replace the trees. That's like the
right.
So yeah, I think it depends, and it's such simple things such as making sure that in your area that you keep your rivers, your seas clean. You have people to go out of their way to make sure that everything works well, and there's nothing that can contaminate or destroy a whole civilization.
Maintenance.
Maintenance.
Take care of your backyard. You don't have to move house if you keep dumping trash in your backyard. You're right. I mean, it just makes sense. You're right. So you view this from a pragmatic sort of point of view. Take care of your shit. You don't have to shift planets because it's expensive to shift planets. All right.
Yeah, dude.
So I see it a bit different, where if you look back on humanity throughout the ages and what they did, first they started in tribes, which became villages, and then they would expand and find others and interact. And then you got to the ages where those that were in land would push further over land. Those that were at sea built ships and would sail across the sea. Now, some of those nations and civilizations did it because they needed to. They knew that they needed more resources, and some of them did it because they could. They figured out, well, hey, I'm bored. You know, there's plenty of people watching the sheep. There's plenty of people watching the kids. What am I gonna go do? You know.
I want to know those civilizations. They just fuck it. Let's go, fellas.
And they came from a time when no one had done it before them. You know, they built these ships, they sailed to the unknown, and they found stuff and resources. Sorry, excuse me.
Sometimes they found other people.
Yeah, and it will kind of be the same, that once you get these like scouts that go off and they identify that, like, hey, this is possibly a place where we could like either use the resources back home, or we could establish a settlement and thrive here. You will have just that. They will build ships, they will dock them and send them. Because, like, let's not forget the trips that they did back then. These weren't done in days or weeks. They took months to cross the ocean.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It takes months to get to Mars. So we won't see it in our lifetime, or maybe even like the next 2 or 3 generations, but I definitely see it happening before the end of the century. You know,
before okay, that's a strong prediction.
By 2099, there's going to be some sort of a human presence on Mars.
Holy crap! Okay,
that's my prediction.
We're going to look back at this video, guys. Well, that's a strong one. I think. So we will probably be on Mars before R.R. Tolkien finishes the Game of Thrones series. How's that? Isn't that? I think that's a little sad, but also kind of hopeful in a way, isn't it? So both of you guys look at this differently, but essentially, it's would you say it's the same, right? The end game is the same. We gotta go. You're saying we don't have to go, Matty. We don't have to go if we keep our home clean, but we can go. But also, you're saying even if our home is clean, it's built in us to go, simply because we know we can, right? So a combination of that, we're gonna get there. I think a combination of that, we're gonna get there. Very much.
One thing I do disagree with Ghost Stomper, dude. I do think we can get there within I think even within our own generation.
Yeah.
Because I think what I understand is we've already sent robots to Mars, and you never know with the way how fast tech is developing and growing. We might even be able to build a rocket that can get us there instead of months, maybe weeks. But
it's true.
See, it depends how that goes. We saw what Musk with his SpaceX. He's found a way to have the rockets self-land without crashing and self-destructing. So we don't know how far and how quickly it's going to go. But this might be a meat conversation, depending what happens in minus 4 hours.
That's actually true. So there's a big deal. This is re-entry, right? Minus 4 hours, re-entry. And that's usually the toughest part, eh? Mr. Kerbal? Re-entry and exit.
Yeah.
Toughest part of the mission. So let's not
literally re-entry. As long as you can survive the heat, then you should be okay.
Let's hope we're not watching a tragedy. But once again, you heard it here first. We'll get back to this video in 4 hours, Matt. So there's been a pile of comments over here. Let me not escape. Mars has absolute signs of nuclear war way back in the day. I think we are the ones that got away and moved from Mars to here, and now we're homing pigeons. We're going back home. This is a very interesting theory. Joey, is this from the Mars guy movie, the man from the Mars? There was a movie that was made about that series. It tanked hard. I think it tanked so bad it's ranked one of the worst movies that ever was made. The movie that tanked hard, man, from Mars. Okay, let's see if what is. Joey, I don't believe you. I'm not buying it. Yes, John Carter. John Carter from Mars. I don't know. I'm not buying it. You're going to have to convince me a little more. Because if we had nukes on Mars already, we already figured this out. We blasted all the way back here. But there's nothing back there. I'm not seeing the thingy go through. I think Nobad was singing intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic. That is.
That sounds like a song to me.
It's a song, Chemical Brothers, isn't it? It's Chemical Brothers. Yeah, real recognize you, real. Ghost Stomper, don't you recognize the lyrics there?
No, I don't actually.
It's pretty good.
That's terrible. No, like I used to be pretty good with my stuff 80s and 90s, but yeah.
Yeah, this is an old school one. He dug in through the archives. Let's go back down here. Okay, 144.
That's probably more at Mork's line.
Probably, yeah. That's probably. And 144 has no faith in the South African space program. We as South Africans will only get to Mars in 2157. Or is this that's only when we'll figure it out? Hey,
I think the South African space program is currently funded by the cannabis industry, isn't it? That's just keeping everyone high.
Bing bong. Oh. All right. Oh yeah. So Joey, you and I are going to have our own separate show where we talk about this theory because I'm having a tough time. I'm having a tough time buying you. So Shane says, yeah, John Carter was a good movie, not starring Brad Pitt. Well, yeah. Well, man, you should have showed up to the cinema. Otherwise, why did it tank? I don't know about that, Shane. I don't share your Beastie Boys. Sorry, it was a Beastie Boys song. Thank you for that correction. It's a Beastie Boys song. Yes, there you go. Okay, let's begin to land this plane. It's a school night, and I know a lot of people have got shit to do, and I'm on a bit of a holiday. Gentlemen, thank you for this one. Let me ask you the final part of this. I'm looking at this from an essay lens. You mentioned that we do have a space telescope here that is currently helping keep them alive right now as they transition from the dark side of the moon towards their re-entry. So that's the Meerkat telescope in the Northern Cape. All right. It's one of the most powerful radio telescopes on Earth. Now, I'm wondering if the cannabis business is keeping that Meerkat telescope on when Eskom goes off, because it'd be so fucking embarrassing if now we've got human beings, the first ones to go to the footsack side of the moon, coming back home, and as they're coming back home, our telescope gets load shedding, and we have. What do you think I'm not going to ask you what the philosophical implications of the situation like that is, because I don't think it's going to happen. But
Pete, you're being racist, bro. You're being
so
racist, man. You are against
there's always redundancies.
Yeah.
Australia, South Africa. There's countries all over that make up the radio network for space. So if the one in ours goes down, maybe the signal degrades a little bit, but guaranteed it's not going to be like red alert. Oh goodness gracious, the South Africans.
Oh no!
It is one of the things I want to do though. Sutherland, it's also there. Like you either fly to Kimberley, Uppington, or Cape Town, and then you just drive. But it's also where they've got like the highest telescope in South Africa.
Right.
Yeah, they've actually got strict local laws that you can't even be outside with a light after dark. That's how hectic they are up there. Yeah,
imagine that.
So, yeah, it's also a place I want to go check out one day.
Ah, man, that's a good bucket list, an achievable bucket list item to have because you take a road trip. That's a great one, man. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, landing the plane real quick. I wanted to just ask your general opinion on what kind of things you reckon South Africa ideally could be able to contribute, could be able to contribute, and realistically towards this endeavor. South Africa, say, towards the time where we were about to send booty cheeks to Mars. I keep saying that because it's provocative.
We can send our own crew up, bro. We just have to. We can send our own crew up to the sun. We'll just have to do it at night so they don't burn. So.
You're not wrong. I appreciate that. Outside of the obvious, so, maybe we could contribute towards the Mars biltong supply. How about that? That's an industry out. Yeah.
The only problem is that the space capsule is made of metal, and so it would be gone before it even got off the ground.
Moon car guards. I say Mocha with him. Hey, we got. Yeah, I can see it happening. Look, we're very innovative. In times of trouble, I think we can rely on the South African space program to sort things out. Yeah.
Dude,
Gentlemen, go
dude,
ahead.
Sean, I think South Africa has potential, dude. I think we've got so much potential. Just look at the guys that have changed the world from here. We've got inventions like the telescope. We've got the
right.
We had the brain capacity like the Elon Musk's.
Yeah, we had a nuclear program. Yeah, we had engineers who could do shit. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, nuclear program. Yeah.
We could have achieved so much, but yeah, dude. I think we can still. It just depends what happens via geopolitics, like Ghost of the said. So yeah,
right.
dude.
Right.
Yeah, if we could get everyone to unite together for a common interplanetary goal instead of just fighting each other, we would get there in 10 years.
I reckon so.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I agree with that. I think Reagan said that also. Was it Reagan or Bush? One of those guys. But outside of the politics, he was not wrong. A common endeavor, we could actually get things done. I.e., look at what we did with the Mork Rock show, hey. So anyway, that was a jab at you, brother. Thank you for being in the comments. So guys, I think we can talk about this forever. I'm looking to land the plane. Let's have a look at the comments.
I think before we go, we just need a moment for poor Joey. He's already going through a really hectic phase of TDS at the moment. The poor guy, dude.
Should we send him a prayer, or what do you recommend we do for the poor? So
we just sent him to the sun because the poor guy. Go
on. Shane says pot is legal in Canada. Oh, why would I go to the moon? All right. Well, hey, you've never had a slice of moon-grown ushbagush. And here in the upper room, we grown folk. We know what's what. I don't know if I have to say that for legal purposes, but just to cover my struggle streamer butt. So, guys, gentlemen, this has been fun. I want to do more of this. I don't want to belabor the point or take too much of a long time over here. Any sort of last words? I'll give it up for you.
I took a nap so I could specifically tune in tonight. Like, this is already past my bedtime, so this isn't going to be a common occurrence for me.
Okay, I got you. It's a privilege. I'm not gonna. Yeah. Thanks for that. Good for the energy. I appreciate that. Yeah. I'm not gonna be always talking about space stuff, so it works out. I think it works out. Matty, champ, what about you, big dog?
Yeah, thank you so much, bro. There's awesome convo. I think we need more of this. Yeah, dude. Thanks, Ghost. Dude, I love your stuff, bro. Keep on going.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, dude.
Cool.
Yeah, thanks, guys. You guys are legends. I can't wait for the next one.
Cool, man. Yeah. So next, I haven't thought about what the hell I'm gonna want to talk about the next one, but I'll pitch it in the Discord and see what's what. And you guys in the comments, man. Thanks for being out here. I don't want to get too distracted in the comments too much because that tends to derail me sometimes. But yeah. So without further ado, let me do the last thing over here. Let's do this.
I can't remember when I've had a more pleasant day. Until we meet again.
All right, corny stuff, but yeah, cheers, you guys. And one thing, do not forget, do not take each other for granted.